Hi there. On this video, I'm going to talk about, again, one of the three legs of the stool, the three-legged stool here at NAASCA. The first one, again, prevention. The second one, intervention. The third one, the topic tonight, recovery. Obviously, it's a very important topic for us to talk about because it's half of our mission. The first half being educating, and the second half being providing hope and healing tools for those of us who are adult survivors of child abuse. Now, I should explain that as far as we're concerned, you can be a child abuse survivor for any reason. We're not just a sexual assault group, for example. We will help anyone who's experienced any kind of child abuse and the trauma that follows it, including sexual assault, obviously, but also physical violence, severe neglect, or emotional traumas. We are if we're still suffering from it in our adulthood, and most of us do, we want to help. Now, some of us are brand new newcomers, so you have to decide what kind of path and journey you're going to go on. We don't recommend any specific path. In fact, we recommend any number of tools, all the tools that we know about, as ways of getting into what we call the healing journey. So that would include ministry. Perhaps you belong to a church. Therapy, psychology, psychiatry, counseling of different kinds, life coaches, peer-to-peer groups. There are a lot of service organizations that run recovery meetings inside them, 12-step programs, and on and on and on. We don't recommend any one particular style of recovery. We recommend them all, and we consider them all valid approaches. It's up to you, in other words, while we explain what these things are, to select what you think will be the most comfortable path for you, and we'll certainly support you in that. The main thing is that we have to learn to give up our secrets. I always say we're as sick as our secrets. Child abuse survivors in general, we have a universal set of experiences that include things like feeling ashamed, feeling responsible, fearing that we're going to not be believed. We've waited too long to bring it up now. What's the use? The group that I join is going to throw me out, and so forth. These are things that we actually have in our brain, and we really believe them. And we're here to tell you that you will be believed. We know how you feel. We've all gone through the same stuff, and these issues are pretty much universal. Not the facts of what you went through. The facts are going to be different because we each have our individual story, but certainly the feelings. So the point is giving up our secrets in an appropriate way. Now that can be in a group or with an individual, or I think the best of both worlds is to try and find a combination of both. NAASCA itself, in a sense, is a group, and certainly on our social media pages, like here at Facebook, where I'm recording this, we would consider ourselves that. And there are a lot of people who are willing to help you if you ask for the help. If you don't ask for the help, they'll leave you alone, and then they won't know. But if you ask, and certainly if you introduce yourself with a short post when you join these groups, you will get the kind of attention, and we believe everybody. We believe you, we know how you feel, and you'll never be alone again, I always say, a day at a time, if you don't want to be. Now, there's lots of tools to use on your healing journey too, and those would include things like writing or journaling, hypnosis or EMDR, different kinds of body work, art therapy, animal therapy, exercise. Of course, you have to remember to eat well enough and sleep well enough. And those are things you have to do by yourself. But, if you're angry, reach out to our contact pages. In other words, don't keep that inside. Get it out by finding appropriate places and appropriate people or groups to share what's really going on with you. The whole goal here is we want to help you have a happy, healthy, productive life and meaningful relationships. Now, that takes a while, but I think that for me, I look at it as the goal being comfortable inside of myself, because I certainly can tell you that this man sitting in front of you now, Bill Murray, had never experienced being comfortable until I started on my healing journey. And I've acquired a certain amount of comfortability that doesn't sustain consistently. It changes, it goes back and forth. But I've never been as depressed, as lonely, as hurt, as when I first started recovery. Again, never. And I have a lot of tools at my disposal. I hope you'll acquire some too. And please, just understand, there's no particular way to recover. There are lots of ways. We'll explain them to you, and we'll help you find an appropriate place for you to begin your healing journey too. And of course, we all want to be a part of that. So that's tonight's video. I appreciate your watching, and we'll get on to other things now. But in the meantime, try to spread the NAASCA name to the community around you whenever you can, because we're all responsible for outreach. From Los Angeles, this is Bill Murray signing off by saying, like I always do, may God bless you and the children of the world, and God bless adult survivors of child abuse.